18 years ago, the eldest son of the Sultan of Brunei married 17-year-old student Sarah. It was probably the most luxurious wedding of the year in Asia. This girl will one day become the queen of the country, and her children will inherit a huge fortune. The future queen of Brunei, who is she, and what thing can make her life much more complicated? Keep watching to find out. This is the Wow channel. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin! Brunei is a small but very wealthy country in South Asia. Thanks to the export of oil and gas, it is in the top 10 richest countries in the world. It is surprising that many people on Earth have never even heard of such a country with a population of less than 500,000 people. But the rich and luxurious life of the Sultan of Brunei has long become known all over the world. In the late 80s, he was the richest man in the world. Today, his fortune is estimated at $30 billion. The Sultan drives a gold Rolls-Royce, flies a $400 million private jet, owns several hundred Ferraris and Bentleys, and lives in the largest palace in the world with over 1,700 rooms. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah is a big fan of collecting expensive cars. He once owned one of the largest private car collection in the world, with about 2,500 cars, which cost billions of US dollars. He spends over $20,000 for a single haircut. He also likes to arrange luxurious holidays, where thousands of guests gather. Each ceremony costs millions of dollars. The Sultan became famous throughout the world primarily due to his wasteful spending, and he can do whatever he wants because he is the absolute monarch in his country. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah has held power since 1967, for 55 years already. As in any monarchy, only a blood heir can replace him. Fortunately, the Sultan has 12 children from 3 different wives. There are a lot to choose from. According to the rules, the first in line for the throne are his eldest sons from his first wife. Most likely the next absolute monarch of Brunei will be his son, Crown Prince Al-Muhtadee, who celebrated a luxurious wedding 18 years ago. His wife, Sarah, is likely to become Queen of Brunei one day. 18 years ago, a 30-year-old crown prince and a 17-year-old student celebrated a magnificent wedding. It was Asia's most lavish and huge event in 2004. The traditional Malay ceremony was attended by politicians and royalty from all over the world. There were 2,000 guests. Several thousand people gathered near the venue of the celebration to greet the newlyweds. After the ceremony, the couple drove around in a gold open-top Rolls-Royce. At that moment, the whole world saw a beautiful young girl who became a princess, and who one day will probably become a queen. Crown Princess Sarah was almost all covered in jewels. In front of millions of people, an ordinary student became a princess and entered the family of one of the richest people in the world. It was like a fairy tale about Cinderella. What else do we know about Princess Sarah? She was born in a good, but probably not so rich family. Her father is a distant member of the royal family and worked as the chief laboratory assistant at the Water Services Division in the Public Works Department. Her mother is a nurse. The girl has got a good education. She graduated University of Brunei Darussalam in 2010 and was awarded a book prize for her outstanding performances in the Bachelor of Arts. She also was a member of the university's Army Cadets and was a top scorer on the university's netball team. When Sarah became the wife of the crown prince, she was still a student. However, the new role didn't prevent her from completing her education. Princess Sarah is a basketball enthusiast and is also active in outdoor activities. She has taken part in charity runs organized by her college. Sarah's husband, Al-Muhtadee, has long been preparing to become the ruler of the country. He holds several roles in government, and he increasingly appears at official functions to improve his public speaking abilities in making royal speeches of a crown prince. And Princess Sarah often accompanies her husband. Now, the daughter of the chief laboratory assistant and nurse got used to the role of the future queen. Today she is 35 years old and she looks very majestic. She lives in incredible luxury and a lot of people are probably jealous of her. But don't envy this woman. If you find out the fate of the current Queen of Brunei, you will understand that being the wife of a royal person is not as easy as it seems. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah married his first cousin, Saleha, in his youth. They have been living together for almost half a century. However, this marriage didn't prevent the Sultan from having relationships with other women at the same time. He has been bigamous twice. First, he took a flight attendant as his second wife, then a former TV presenter. Saleha had to put up with her husband's choice. Sometimes the Sultan appeared at official ceremonies in the company of two wives at the same time. But now the Sultan has only one wife, Saleha. With young wives he divorced a long time ago. Apparently he realized who was the main and only woman in his life. The Sultan is already 76 years old, and he is no longer interested in new love affairs. However, polygamy is still allowed in the country, and what if Crown Prince Al-Muhtadee also decides someday to take a second wife into the family? This is quite possible. As you know, many sons repeat the actions of their fathers, but someone, on the contrary, lives differently. But what will the crown prince be like? After all, if he becomes an absolute monarch, he can do whatever he wants, and even marry again. But it is unlikely that at least one woman will be happy to share her husband with another woman. So, if Crown Prince Al-Muhtadee decides to go bigamous, it will make Sarah's life much more complicated. Do you think the next Sultan of Brunei would want to have multiple wives? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me, to click like and to subscribe. See you next time.